I've got a bit of an issue, and that issue is that I can't swap my BMW M135i.
I've tried my hardest. I even agreed a swap of an A45 AMG, but when we got there, the car was stuck in park and we had no way of loading it onto the trailer.
Is it the front or backs that aren't moving?
This meant that I had to take the BMW back home and put it up for swaps again. Now, the goal with starting off this swapping series was to one day trade my way up to actually owning my first ever supercar. And with this BMW, I'm kind of stuck. The M135i has been up for swaps for about 3 weeks and I just can't seem to get any decent offers. This car also retails for nearly £10,000, so I'm not sure if it's something to do with finances, and most people with a car of this value would just prefer to finance it or get a bank loan. I'm not entirely sure why this car has stuck around for so long. It's fast, it's reliable, it's really good at handling, and it is actually quite a nice example. But one thing I can't do is go without making YouTube videos. So something has got to change. So with that being said, let's try and sell my BMW M135i. But before we put it up for sale, there's one little job that I need to do which will definitely increase my chances of selling this car. And that is an MOT. It's about to run out in 21 days, and I think for anyone that is willing to buy this car, as soon as they see that, they're definitely going to be put off. So I've got it booked in at an MOT station and hopefully it passes. The results are in. There is a few advisories, and luckily they are all advisories and it has passed. Yeah, in all fairness, it's passed. It's got a year's MOT on it. So now we can get it up for sale. I would have loved to have been able to say that I swapped my way all the way up to a supercar, but I can't be waiting 3 weeks to a month to get each video out. So I think selling and buying is definitely the way forward and definitely achievable of getting to that end goal. So I'm going to retake some pictures, get this car back on the internet and hope that we can get a quick sale. So that is the pictures taken of the M135i. I thought I'd take some more just so I can do a complete separate post so people know that it's actually for sale now instead of just swap. So the only thing left to do is get back home and actually put it up for sale. And just like that, the BMW is up for sale. I always put it for sale on Instagram first, just in case one of you guys wants to buy it. But I have also got all the pictures of the BMW that we've just taken on my laptop. So all I'm going to do now is go onto Facebook and upload it for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Obviously, I'm not going to be using the swap site because this time I want cash. I want to take a price for it so we can go out and buy the next project. So I'm going to head over to Facebook, I'm going to head over to Marketplace, and we're going to create a new listing for this car. Now, I think what I'm going to do is put it up pretty cheap, just so we can get it gone quickly so we can move on to the next project, because I owe you guys a video. So we're just going to create a nice listing for the car, and I think we're going to put it up for about £7,500, which means we're happy to take 7. So I'm simply going to upload all of them pictures that we've just been out and taken of the car, and then I'm just going to write a description of how the car's got a fresh MOT, the alloys have been refurbed, it's just had the Valvetronic done, it's just had 6 new spark plugs, and it's just recently been serviced, and just give an honest and brief description on the car, and hopefully it sells. A lot of people are definitely going to say that I've failed at swapping my way to a supercar, and in some ways I maybe do agree, but the main goal is to make YouTube content, and if I can't do that, there's no point of doing any of this anyway. So I think with buying and selling, it's definitely a lot more achievable of getting that supercar. And now the car's up for sale, there's no going back. Okay, it's been a little while since I announced the car for swaps, and so far we've had nothing on Facebook Marketplace, but I have come to a little bit of a predicament. So I've had 2 offers. I've had an offer of £7,000, and obviously that is what I'm happy to take, but I've also had an offer for £7,500 from one of you guys. Now, there is a good and bad of each of them.
The guy that wants to buy it for £7,500 can't buy it until Thursday, and Thursday I'm actually going to the Nürburgring. The guy that wants it for £7,000 can buy it today, and all I've got to do is drop it off about an hour and a half away, and he will send the money straight into my account today, and we can get looking for the next project. Now, if I take £500 more, I'm probably going to be waiting another week to get a video out, which is going to put me behind probably more than 500 quid. If I take the 7 grand, I can drop it off today and we can straight away get looking for the next project. So I think we've sold the car today for £7,000, and under the agreement that I drop it off. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's go sell the BMW M135i finally, and we can move on. We can actually move on and carry on up to that supercar. Let's do it.
Now, I know I do say this every time, but I started out this series with a £150 Vauxhall Astra, and now I'm about to go and sell my BMW M135i for £7,000. I think it's only up from here, and I think that it's going to be even better now we can buy and sell. But I'm going to make the hour and a half drive to go and see the person that is buying the M135i. Who else would be buying the BMW M135i but Calvin? Hello again, mate. I brought you another car. Why do you keep doing it to yourself?
Well, I don't know.
It's a good one this time, though.
This is a nice car,
This
isn't
is a
it?
good
I've just had a good look over it. It does seem like a nice car.
It's a nice car. So obviously, as you guys know, I got this and it barely made it onto the driveway. And now, well, one of you guys actually is going to have the chance to win it. And like I say, someone did offer me more money for it, but they couldn't get it until later in the week. Calvin, you've offered me £7,000 for this car, which is its trade value, which I think is fair, and the benefit is that you're giving it away.
Yeah, so we're going to get it straight on Planet Dreams. We're basically testing a little idea. I say an idea. 1p an entry. We're going to do 1p an entry. So if you want to be in for a chance of winning this car for a penny, then we're going to have to do like a million entries or so. I don't know. But
a million minimum entries. But I just thought it makes sense. Like, what a great ending to this car is one of you guys can literally win it for a penny. I'd rather take 500 quid less myself and one of you guys win it than wait and delay more videos and stuff. So Calvin offered me 7 grand. He has offered it me. I didn't ask him, just so people know. And yeah, this is where the BMW is going to.
Yeah, we'll just get it straight on Planet Dreams. We're going to give it away. I thought April Fool's Day is a good day, not because it's an April Fool, but April Fool's Day, 1st of April at 9 p.m. We can go live together maybe on the Planet Dreams Instagram, announce the winner. And it's just exciting. It's an exciting ending to the story. Yeah. It's a cool car as well.
It's a nice car. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. This has been my favourite one of the series so far. But now, obviously, Calvin sending me the money for it, it allows me to go and find the next car straight away. But are you happy?
Yeah, I'm happy. It's
happy?
lovely. It's a really nice car. You've had the wheels done, haven't you?
Had the wheels done. Shout out to the wheel man. He refurbed them. He always helps me out.
You just got it MOT'd as well, didn't you?
Just got it MOT'd. I've mentioned there is a few advisories that if I was going to keep the car, I would do myself. But I just wanted to get it roadworthy. I wanted to get it back on the road. So
yeah. Sound.
We shaking?
Shaking. Deal.
We shaking?
Deal.
Once again. As always,
Sound.
massive thank yous to Calvin. Of course, I'll leave the link for Planet of Dreams in the description below and a link to Calvin's channel as well. So yeah, I guess now you owe me some money and I'm saying bye to the BMW.
Yeah.
It's a bit sad.
Now, I know people are going to think that I've took the easy route by letting Calvin buy it off me, but just know I took trade value for this car, so I could have sold it anywhere. Even We Buy Any Car would have offered me nearly £7,500. I know that's give or take, but I took trade value knowing that one of you guys are now going to be in with a chance of winning the car. So in my opinion, that's a win for everyone.
There we go, £7,000 for the next car. Calvin, I'll shake your hand again. Again,
well done.
If you want to win it, the links are in the description. Let's go find the next car on my journey to a supercar.
Okay, so we now have £7,000 in the bank. With that money, I want to do one thing, and that is buy the next car to fix and then sell on so I can hopefully get my supercar. So I think best case scenario is we find a car that's worth less than £7,000 but has issues, and then however much less it's cost us to buy that car, we use the rest of that £7,000 to try and fix it. In a perfect world, let's say we could buy a car for £5,000, that then gives us £2,000 to repair it, and if that car is then worth more afterwards, that is how we're going to get to that supercar. So I think there's one thing left to do, and that is get on the internet and see if I can find the next car.
And this time, instead of waiting around for someone to offer me something that might not be actually suitable for what I want to do and me having to take it because it's worth more, I can actually pick and choose the cars myself. I can determine what I think will do well, what you guys will actually enjoy, and also what makes most sense on what I'm trying to achieve.
Okay, there are actually a few cars on Facebook Marketplace. There's an Audi A3 Saloon that has a little bit of damage on the rear quarter, but the problem is I can't really do bodywork, so if I was to get that car, I'd just send it to my paint guy and I wouldn't really get much content from it. But luckily, I've had a call from Barry at Road Speed, and he's said that there is a customer's car at Road Speed at the moment, and the customer can't afford to actually repair it, so it's been sat there for about 12 months. Now, the car is actually worth over £10,000, but the gearbox is currently out and it has a severe engine problem. I don't know if it's a little bit too much for me to be able to take on unless I could get help from Road Speed, but I think with them only being about an hour up the road, I think we should head there and go have a look at it, and I think it would be worth seeing if the customer is willing to take less than £7,000 for the car, meaning we could try and fix it within our budget. It could be a big risk, it could also be a big reward, but I don't think there's any harm in going to check it out.
So I jumped in the car and made the hour and 10-minute drive up to Staffordshire, where Road Speed Developments are based. This one could be a huge risk with a big reward.
And here we are at Road Speed Developments, and the car I'm looking for is over there. I don't even know if this one's possible, to be fair, and it also does depend on if the customer wants to sell it cheap. Right, here we go. Now, I don't know the full story on this car, and like I say, he's got to first see if the customer wants to sell it, because it has been parked here for about 12 months, and yeah, I don't know if the customer couldn't afford to repair it and they've just kind of left it here, but this could be potentially the next car. It is a Jaguar XF. It is a 2016 plate in this red colour, and well, I think before we actually see what's wrong with it, we should probably have a look around. I mean, this is only done 30,000 miles, which is extremely low, and Jaguar and Range Rover just make for really good content because they've not got the best reputation. But we've got these lovely alloy wheels, which I don't know what size these are. What are these? We've got 20-inch alloy wheels on here. I'll get to the interior in a minute because it's absolutely gorgeous. This is the 2-litre diesel, and as you can see, it's got moss growing on it from where it's been sat. Now, we have quite a lot of spare parts in the boot. Now, normally I wear my blue gloves, but thanks to Ansel, they've upgraded me with these ones. But I'm going to quickly go through everything that we've got in the boot, because half of this car is already in bits. Here are all the bits that are already taken off this Jaguar. We've got the starter motor here. We've got only what I can assume is a boost pipe. This is one of the sprockets, of course, which is not good. But one great thing about these gloves is they offer way more protection, way more comfort, and they literally feel like second skin. What even is this? I have no clue what that even is. We've got a lot of work to do. All this has got to somehow go back on the car, and even once we've done all this, I'm not even going to know if it even turns on. We've even got what I can only assume is all the bolts for the flywheel, and we've actually got the flywheel itself. And the best thing about them for me is when I need to search how to actually put this car back together, these gloves work absolutely perfect with any of your mobile devices. So I can search all the manuals that I need and Google everything that I need to know about this car. Now, one good thing for me is I can literally slip these on and off when I need to grab my camera. And for me, that is absolutely brilliant, because when I'm in between jobs and I need to get the content for you guys, I can just slip these on and off and then carry on working. That's an intake, I think. An intake pipe. I don't even know. Ansell actually have a massive range of different shapes and sizes of gloves. So if the ones I'm using here for mechanical work aren't what you're going to be doing, then don't worry, they're definitely going to have something for you. So if you want to work smarter and not harder, then I'll leave the links for Ansell in the description down below, and you can also use the discount code on the screen, Ansell20UK, for 20% off. These are honestly a lifesaver, but for now, let's carry on looking around this Jag. The interior on this car is absolutely unbelievable, and it still even smells like a brand new car. Have a look in there. The steering wheel literally doesn't even look like it has been touched. It's automatic gearbox, touch screen. What a lovely car. Under the engine bay, actually looks fairly decent, but if we have a look underneath, a lot has already been stripped off, and I don't know if you can actually see down the back here, but there's currently no gearbox actually attached to this car. This is way beyond my mechanical knowledge, and I think if we can come up with an agreement for this car, I think maybe we're going to have to ask Road Speed if we can maybe do the work here. We're on Enter Reg now, LM66WDW, and it is on 35,000 miles. Let's see how much this car is actually worth. As we can see there, actually this is technically a 2017 car, but we've got one previous owner, which was a woman, and private sale price on this car is £10,900. Retail is £13,300, and trade is £9,000. Obviously, with trade being £9,000, this car has got its problems. So I guess this is all going to depend on how much we can buy this car for and how much the customer from Road Speed wants to sell it. Because if she just wants maybe like 5 or 6 grand and is happy to just let me take it and hopefully be able to fix it, then that is perfect, because that gives us money to repair it with, and then we've got a car that is literally worth over £10,000. So it all depends on what's wrong with it and what the customer is willing to take for it. So let's go speak to Chris at Road Speed and find out exactly what it needs.
Although this is such a good looking car, it also doesn't have the best reputation. Jaguar and Land Rover aren't known for their reliability. In fact, they're known for their unreliability. But again, this car is worth so much more than what we sold the BMW for.
Okay, Chris from Road Speed, how are we, mate? Nice to see you again. Obviously, this Jaguar has come up as the car that could potentially be the next car. What I want to know is how? How did it end up here? Why is it here? What happened? How did it break? What it needs doing? Tell me.
I'm not really the technical guy, but I believe it has got timing chain issues. There's been a few timing chain issues on it, yeah.
And the woman, so the woman was driving it, you say, and it just cut out.
It just cut out and it wouldn't restart.
What in the condition it's in? How far along are you guys with it?
So we've taken the gearbox off because there's an excessive leak at the back of the engine.
Okay.
So we've taken the gearbox off to inspect the timing chain.
So it could, you're thinking it is potentially timing chain related?
Possibly, yes.
On a Jaguar as well. I mean, do you guys think it's fixable?
Everything's fixable.
Everything's fixable. Worst case is a new engine is about £2,000, but that'll come with turbo, injectors, etc., that we could sell on to recuperate some of the profit. But like you say, I think everything's fixable, and what I've done so far, it has paid off. So, have you got the customer's number?
Yes, yeah, I've got the customer's number.
Of course. I think.
I will have.
Do you think I should go for it?
Yeah, why not?
Do you reckon?
Why not?
The next question
We've had worse.
is, obviously, it's not drivable. Can we do any of the work here? Can we?
Absolutely.
We can get it on the road here.
Absolutely. If you want us to do it, yeah.
Right. I guess the last thing to do is get the customer involved and ask her how much you'd take for it.
Right. Okay.
That's your job, mate. I'm leaving that to you.
Oh, right,
I'm leaving
okay.
you to ring the customer on this one.
Okay, let's go.
Come on. I'm excited. I think the more of a risk, the more rewarding it is.
So what's she going to take for
Let's
it?
see. What's she going to take for it? If she wants to sell it.
Hello, hi, it's Chris from Road Speed Developments. Oh yeah, good, thanks. You? I've got Jesse with us. Basically, wants to know how much you're going to take for the Jag. What can we get it for?
To start out, the customer wanted £6,500, which would only leave me £500 to get this Jaguar back on the road. And after speaking with the customer and going back and forth trying to work out a deal, I decided to offer £5,500. This will then give me £1,500 to actually get this Jaguar back on the road. And worst case scenario, I'll have to use £500 of my own money and try and get it back one way or another. And then we had an answer.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Go on.
She's going to call us back.
Oh, I thought you were giving me an answer then.
No.
Okay,
She's
right.
gonna,
She's talking with the better half,
yeah,
is she?
She's going to call us back.
I personally think 6.5, giving us £500. If it does need timing, we've got to buy the timing chain kit. Obviously, you guys, labour, helping me out, and I think 6.5 would definitely be cutting it a bit too thin.
And then
Oh, here we
we
go.
got the call back.
Here we go.
Hi, Chris speaking. Okay, let me just double check on that. If you can pay it in the hour, you can have it for 5.5
Should we do 5.5?
within the hour.
If I shake your hand, is that a deal?
Is it a deal if he shakes my hand at 5.5? Right, okay, I will call you back then as soon as it's done. Thank you.
5.5 grand. I've just bought myself a 2017 Jaguar XF for £5,500. Mate, I hope this pays off. That gives me £1,500 to fix this car, which, again, if it needs a new engine, this is worst case scenario. I'm going to have to put £500 of my own money in, but we can sell things off the new engine to get that £500 back. I think that is a good deal. And you guys like seeing me take these risks. The last one was from Birmingham and it barely drove. This one is from Stafford and it doesn't drive. So, yeah, a deal's done. And, well, it's now my problem.
I guess without risk, there'd be no rewards. And I think this one is definitely a risk that's worth taking. Whether it'll pay off or not, I don't know. But if it does, I've seen Audi R8 sell for £22,000. And if this Jaguar pulls off, we could actually be halfway there.
Well, there we go. There's no turning back now. I guess I better send some money over to the customer. And, well, she's got to drop the logbook off and I think the spare key as well. And the car is then mine and it is my issue and my problem to get it back running. But what a car for £5,500. If it pays off, it's going to double our investment.
And if it doesn't, well, that's my problem now and I'm going to have to sort it. The bad thing for me is these engines are notoriously known for having timing chain issues. The one good thing with this one is it's such low mileage, I'm hoping that it's not catastrophic. If it is, then we may have to actually buy a new engine and get it on the road that way. And I don't know how much that is in total going to cost.
And here is the gearbox for the Jaguar and of course the prop shaft.
Quite an excessive leak, like you can see all over. So
Yeah, I'm with
quite
you.
a bad leak.
That is pretty bad. It's crazy how much has gone wrong with it on such low mileage, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Like, it's such a shame because they're such a good looking car, but they didn't get the reliability stamp, did they?
No,
but
not at all.
there is the gearbox. That is all ready to, well, go back in once the repairs are done. And yeah, as you can see, there's definitely a hefty oil leak. Flywheel's off. Automatic, isn't it?
It is, yes.
They're pretty. I thought the gearbox would be bigger for some reason.
That's quite compact, isn't it, I suppose?
We've got some work to do, haven't we?
Yeah, you certainly have.
I certainly have.
Certainly have. I certainly have.
And for now, there's only one job that I can do, and that is to send the money to the customer's account and officially deem this car as mine.
Complete. There we go. £5,500 into the customer's account, and that is definitely now my problem. There is no going back now. I've just got to hope this is fixable. If it's not fixable, then it's a new engine, and well, we're just going to have to cross at that bridge when it gets to it. But for now, I've just bought myself a 2017 Jaguar XF. Well, that's it. The money's sent. The logbook is going to be dropped off sometime in the near future with the spare key, and this is now my new Jaguar XF. I know there's going to be a lot of people say this is a huge risk and these aren't the greatest engines, but with no risk there is no reward, and again, it's my problem now and it's up to me to sort it. So we will be coming back with Road Speed and they will be helping me get this car hopefully back on the road. But for now, I think we should head back to the driveway and try and work out some costs and just kind of give a bit of a breakdown on how much things might cost to fix this car. It's definitely going to be a lot of work to get that Jaguar back on the road, but I guess we better start putting things down of how much everything is going to cost. So for the Jag XF, that has just cost us £5,500, and obviously that leaves us now with £1,500 to get that car back on the road. I think personally it is possible as long as we don't need to buy another engine. £1,500 should hopefully pay for a bit of labour from Road Speed to help us out, and also pay for the timing chain kit and leave us a little bit left over for any other bits that might just pop up. But with that being said, I hope you guys are loving me taking these risks, and hopefully this one is another one that pays off. But if you did enjoy this video, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
You wear a hat they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in the hat. You just like clubbing and clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3, I be missed for the road. My oldest like counting racks. My middle one, she's in a dirt bike. My youngest is just like a mama. The mama loves me and I love her, so if she wants something, it's never a bother. 3 little ladies, my babies, and one on the